Earlier today, we rejected the resolution by Senator Paul that would have undone the cross-state air pollution standards. I voted against that resolution, and I just really want to compliment my colleagues for the strong bipartisan vote that rejected the resolution that would have prevented this regulation from going into effect. And I wanted to share with my colleagues some of my reasons. This is a matter of just sense of fairness. And let me just talk for a moment, if I might, about Maryland. Maryland has done all that it can to protect the health of its citizens with some of the most stringent clean air standards in the nation. We've done that. We've enacted those standards. We've implemented those standards. But here's the problem. 50% of the smog that comes into Maryland that affects the health of Marylanders comes in from other states. So Maryland can do everything it can to prevent the air pollution in our state. It's coming in from other states, affecting the health of our citizens. We have 140,000 Maryland children who suffer from asthma. Dirty air makes it difficult for these children to have a productive day in school. We have workers who can't work on bad air days. So it's critically important that we move forward with sensible cross-state air pollution standards. That's exactly what the Obama administration brought forward. And now, thanks to the vote in the Senate, those regulations will be able to go forward. I also want to dispel another myth. There's some who say that you can't have clean air and job growth. You can't have a clean environment. You have to choose between jobs and the environment. Well, I tell you, you need to have a clean environment in order to be able to get the type of job growth we want. I could give you the number of people who lose days from work as a result of poor air quality, the effect it has on their health. I can talk about the productivity in the workplace as a result of illness that's generated because of dirty air. All of that has absolutely been documented by our scientists. They can demonstrate that. But let me talk a little bit about concrete jobs in the Maryland example. In 2007, the Maryland legislature implemented the toughest power plant emission laws on the East Coast of the United States. They used 2002 as a baseline. They reduced SOx emissions by 80% by this year. It will reduce NOx emissions by 75% by next year. It will reduce mercury emissions by 90% by 2013. These are the major air pollutants that we are aimed at reducing. Maryland has done that. Okay, what impact has had on our economy? 2,000 skilled construction worker jobs were created as a result of the investment that was made in clean air. We now have Brandon Shores, one of the cleanest coal-burning power plants in the country. That's the legacy that Maryland has given us. We've created jobs, and have done what we can for clean air to help our children and help our community. But as I said earlier, there's very little more that Maryland can do. We have to rely now on the help of other states. It's for that reason that we've seen utilities that are supporting us. Constellation Energy, Exelon, PG&E have supported reasonable standards for air quality, and they recognize it's the right thing to do to have these standards applied to all states because pollution knows no state border. I was encouraged by the vote that we had on the floor on this issue. It was a vote for healthy air for our children, for jobs for our construction industry, and a stronger economy for America's future.